So, four friends, Alyssa, Brian, Christopher, and Daniel, join a gym. The gym costs $49 per month to be a member. And then additionally, each visit to the gym costs $6. It's asking us to write an equation to represent the monthly cost, which we'll call C. So what does C equal? Well, C equals that $49 per month. Even if you never go to the gym, you got to pay $49 per month for the gym. But then plus that, you end up having to pay $6 a visit. So, but how many visits do I do? Well, we're going to use V for visits. So if I have one visit, it's just 1 times 6. If I have 2 visits, it's 2 times 6. If I have V visits, it's V times 6. So we'll call that 6V. So now we have an equation that represents the cost for visiting the gym. The $49, which is what it costs per month, plus 6V, which is you pay $6 per visit. Now we're going to go and figure out some stuff about each of the different people. At the end of the first month, the friends have spent the following amounts at the gym. Calculate how many times each has visited the gym. Okay, so let's start with Alyssa. Alyssa has $85. That means that C equals 85. So to solve this, what we could do is we could put in 85 equals 49 plus 6V. Now we have an equation, and we could solve that. We could subtract 49 from both sides. And if I do that, what's that? That would be 36. Then if I divide both sides by 6, I get that V equals 6. So we know that Alyssa visited 6 times. And then I could do the same thing for Brian, the same thing for Christopher, and the same thing for Daniel. But every single time I'm going through all of this process. Since we're actually trying to calculate the number of visits, each person has visited the gym, it would be really great if this equation over here, instead of telling us what C was equal to, if it told us what V was equal to, the thing we're trying to figure out, that would make our life a lot easier. And that's what we're learning about today. The process of taking an equation and finding out what a different variable means is called doing a literal equation. And so let's do that right here. If we have C equals 49 plus 6V, and I want to solve for V, well, I would isolate V just like we would do normally. So if I subtract 49 from both sides, I end up with, on this side, C minus 49, and on this side I have 6V. And I want to isolate V, so if I divide by 6 on both sides, the 6's cancel, and I'm left with V equals C minus 49 over 6. Now this equation, I can use that to solve the rest of these, and it's going to be a lot easier for us because we're trying to solve for V, and I already have what V is. It's C minus 49 over 6. So let's do Brian, for example. For Brian, if we use our new equation, I'm going to flip it around, just call it V equals C minus 49 over 6. Well, his cost is 91. So the visits equals 91 minus 49 over 6. 91 minus 49 would be 42. So the visits would equal 42 over 6, which of course is equal to 7. So Brian visited the gym 7 times. For Christopher, we can do it again. We just say the visits equals C minus 49 over 6. So in his case, the visits would equal 115 minus 49 over 6. So the visits would equal 115 minus 49. What is that? 66. So that would be 66 over 6. So his visits would equal 11. He went to the gym 11 times. And then for finally, Daniel, using our same equation, the visits equals C minus 49 over 6. The visits would equal 127 minus 49 over 6. So that would equal, what is that, 77, 78, 78 over 6, which would equal 13. So Daniel visited the gym more than anybody else. He visited it 13 times that month. But the point that I'm showing you here is that we could have done it using our original equation here, C equals 49 plus 6V. In fact, that's what we did for Alyssa. But look how much harder Alyssa's was. We had to do all this stuff over here for Alyssa to find out that V equaled 6. Instead, if we did all this stuff over here once, which we did here, we used a literal equation and then came up with an equation for the variable we wanted, in this case, V. Oops, that's terrible, V. In this case, V. And so once we have V equals something, then we can use that for all the others, and it saves us lots of time. And this is a process that's going to happen in science, especially in physics. In physics, they're going to give you an equation and then ask you to solve for something. And the easiest thing to do is to rewrite the equation they give you, a literal equation, into the variable you want, and then plug in the variables that way. That's a much easier and faster process than just using the equation that was given you. In this case, we were given the equation, or we could figure out the equation for cost, but what we really wanted was we wanted the equation for visits. And so by flipping it around and doing that one time over here, that saved us a lot of work